International Women's Day? International Women's Day started in the early 20th century for a reason which today looks very funny. In the early 20th century, most of the countries, including United States, didn't allow women to vote. So the International Women's Day originated in the United States in 1909 when a group of women started agitating for suffrage, that is, right to vote. In 1910, it was started in Germany, then it went to other European countries, but by the middle of the 20th century, most of these countries had allowed women to vote, and as a result, for nearly 30 or 40 years, the Women's Day celebration kind of ebbed out. After that, it got a revival when feminism started looking at the condition of women in many countries, especially the developing country in Africa and Asia. International Women's Day was revived and it got United Nations blessing in 1975, after which it is only growing, almost now celebrated as a festival in different parts of the world. When we talk of International Women's Day, there are many experts who have spoken about the importance of women in preserving the balance, in bringing the natural abilities into different fields of civic society. There are conditions which needs improvement. One of the areas where women leadership have not made any significant impact is finance. In the corporate world, in the administration, civil services, in politics, either through positive reinforcement or by dint of hard work and industry, which women provided, they have risen up the hierarchy. I have not seen many women occupying high positions of finance, even in the developed world. 2 to 3% of the CPAs in the United States, and in India, chartered accountants, only a minuscule of the total professional strength is that of women. Women has become CEOs, but powerful CFOs of the whole world are still predominantly, to an extent of over 95%, dominated by men. We will have to go back a little, especially in the context of India. Indian civilization, which is probably 5,000 years old and definitely over 4,000 years older than Western civilization, had Gram Sabhas and Samitis with prescribed representation of women. Women have been traditionally keeping the finances of the household, and through the skill getting passed over generation, they are doing a great job of it. So why women are not occupying the positions in finance? Male chauvinism dominated the finance. Women themselves were found lacking in some amount of confidence. Secondly, finance has become such a subject which required proficiency in multiple disciplines, more so in areas which are known as STEM: science, technology, engineering, management and mathematics. The recruitment of women into these streams of education is the basic starting of the pipeline which is required for women to occupy high positions of finance, let us say 10 years from now or 15 years from now. The IIM and IIT enrollments are still a very meager 5 to 7% where women candidates aim for that. As I told a little before, the chartered accountant profession is still out of bound for many women. We should have positive measures through mandatory enrollment, mandatory admission into finance areas to harness what is the natural strength of women. And as finance goes into teamwork, where emotional quotient or the ability to have inclusive leadership, which comes naturally to women, need to come on board, we will have to think seriously about it. Lastly, Fintech, the new world which realizes the dreams of humanity in combining finance and technology to deliver better experiences, requires not just additional people in the STEM fraternity, but also the ability to include gender diversity when technology will go beyond pure coding, architecture, orchestration to business-led IT and creation of new experiences. We will require the women power. That is my wish on this Women's Day. I wish all my colleagues, my sisters, my friends who are working for womanhood and who have tolerated the male chauvinism for lasting much more than the period for which its due date was there. It is not anymore valid that men can do any job and women can do only a few. We must demolish this stereotype, bring women into the world of finance. Thank you very much.